Hey mama, I made it. Mama, I made it. I never thought in a million years, honestly, that not only I, but my fellow comrades would be in the Washington Post. Like I thought it was a pipe dream. I wouldn't say that it was actually like an actual dream of mine, but I think this dope, as far as like your resume, credentials, and all that stuff. So, the more articles that we're in, the more that we are recognized as not only, myself individually, but as a whole for Game Illuminati, then that's what I strive for. I want all of us to, continue to prosper and blow up. So I'm hoping that 2026 is finally the year where stuff happens. So the beginning of the year, man, the beginning of the year is definitely it generally, like, historically, it starts off strong for us. So I'm hoping that we can continue this momentum. So not only were we in the Washington Post, but we're posting weekly episodes. We're actually getting really good views on them. So thank you. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone from the bottom of my heart for the support that y'all been giving on the GI podcast. I know it's been a very long time, and honestly, I've been wanting to do weekly episodes since forever. I have been wanting to do weekly episodes since forever, and we're finally getting serious about it. I think we have the right team assembled. I think we understand our cadence now, because CBH has always been like against it, because he was like, ain't nothing to talk about, ain't nothing to talk about. And sure enough, like, we're still doing 2 hour episodes. Ain't it crazy? We're still doing 2 hour episodes, so it doesn't even matter. I think that the way that we can articulate things, we can drag a topic, so that's no problem. And I told him that, I'm like, look, we can drag a topic, bro. Like, when we start yapping and like Ethos gets in his game dev bag, and now we have Watch 2, who also has a lot of knowledge behind the scenes, like, we can really get into it. So it's not a problem. Like, we were like, oh yeah, hour and a half. We still haven't done an episode that's under 2 hours. So it don't even matter, man. It don't even matter. What up, Fake Hawaii? What up? What up? So yeah, it's been great, man. So we got some more things that are lined up. Again, I don't want to say anything, 'cause when I say stuff, then it doesn't happen. So I want to make sure I keep that under wraps until it actually does happen. Then I can, bring it out to you all, show you all, and then we can all celebrate together. We can all celebrate together. Oh, you say you and your new homemakers? Congrats, man. Congrats. Where? Let me. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where? Hold on. Where are you at? Where am I?
Excellent.
Let's fucking go!
Bang, bang.
Yes, sir. You love to hear it, especially in this climate. Especially in this climate. What up, Bryce? Anyways, I'm rambling. I'm yapping. so, so let's get back to the article. So, Gene wrote an article about ball and gun gamers. I know it's in the Washington Post. I know we're not going to pay for the Washington Post. I understand, but for everyone, especially if you haven't already signed up, you can get this article free. Okay, all you have to do is just put in your email. Okay, put in a fake email or something. It doesn't matter. Just put in an email, and then you can read the article. So I want everyone to support and read the article. Everybody watching on YouTube, when I cut this up, make sure that you read the article, subscribe, like, let's engage here, okay? Because this is a monumental moment for a GI. So let's talk about it. Again, shout out to all the support, man, all the positive comments that we have received so far. I knew that post was going to blow up, and sure enough, it is going viral. So I hope that it continues to blow up and more people can see it. But obviously, I'm not going to read the entire thing. We're not going to read the entire thing, but I do want to touch on a few points here. He began the article talking about, other words that the ball and gun gamer is, because the ball and gun gamer, let's be honest, it has evolved. It has evolved from the typical like dude bro gamer, the hardcore casual. Like, we've spoken about that, right? Like, it has evolved from those terms that we used to call gamers back in the day. And this one, yes, it is a stereotype. So I do apologize, but again, if it don't apply, but it has turned into a stereotype. But again, for anyone who tries to skew the definition, our definition of a ball and gun gamer is someone who primarily plays ball and gun games, but they are dismissive about other types of games, and they are ignorant to other types of games. They're just quick to dismiss anything that ain't got balls and guns in them. So that is the pure definition. Anybody tries to say otherwise, just try to spin into something else, stop them around the spot and be like, look, I know that, you know, different terms can have different definitions, but it ain't that, bro. It's not a racist term. It's not a term for calling someone a basic gamer. Because again, you can play whatever you want to play. I have no problem, and the rest of GI has no problem with people playing ball and gun games. Like I said, I play a lot of ball and gun games, and I have in the past. I have in the past. There is nothing wrong with that. But I have never been an ignorant gamer. I've always played other types of games, and I've never been dismissive to what other people like to play. But like I said, we've seen that ramp up. We've seen that ramp up with people just being utterly ignorant about different types of games. Again, most recently, the Expedition 33. Just saying this crap is turn-based. What the hell is this? This is slop. This is a plot by Israel. Like, people been saying just the craziest stuff, right? Just the craziest stuff. Literally, the craziest stuff. So, to continue on here, he talks about like the origins of the ball and gun game and the discourse, like just kind of gets into the definition of it. One thing I do want to point out here, he talked about like he went back and, you know, he talked about the 1950s. He talked about Space War, that was a gun game. He talked about Pong. About Pong in 1972. That's a ball game. So again, like the origins of video games as a whole started with balls and guns, which is just crazy. I don't think people like really think about that, but I mean, it's true. Literally started with ball and gun games. So, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. That's how it began. That is how it began. So yeah, and then he gets into like the label being derogatory. You know, someone only play video games with balls and guns in them, and when they start complaining about the wider medium of video games. And so he quoted TBH here, says nothing wrong with playing ball and gun games, like I've said already. And it says that TBH helped popularize the phrase, that the phrase may have originated from a 2023 expos, according to Know Your Meme. So I want to pull this up real quick because I haven't seen this actual website about ball and guns. I know about Know Your Meme, but I haven't seen the one about a ball and gun gamer. And this one says a gun and ball gamer. So it says, their definition, they said a gun and ball gamer is a slang term describing someone who only plays video games that prominently feature guns, such as FPS game like Call of Duty or balls, referring to sports games like NBA 2K. The term is often used disparagingly to call someone's taste in video games basic, which, yeah, the basic people have been using it in this way, so I'm not going to say that it's wrong, but again, that's not the full definition of a ball and gun gamer, because I don't consider someone who only plays those games basic, because you can stay in your bubble. But when you start getting outside your bubble and you start talking about other things that you have no clue about, then that's when it starts getting a little sketchy, and you might fall under that term of a ball and gun gamer. This continues that it has been used online since as early as June 2023, when X/Twitter user Landoka, which, and I'll talk about this Twitter account in a moment, because he actually did say, hey, we made it in the post, which he didn't get mentioned by name here. I want to make that clear. But Gene did link the Know Your Meme page, so it does have him here, and it has him as like the origin of it. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember this particular account posting this in 2023. I have seen a lot of people last year, mainly in 2025, post this same like almost verbatim, like just under almost any post that has something to do with balls and guns. And they didn't post like the whole video. They literally just posted the still of Patrick doing this. So, but I mean, at the time of this, I mean, it is very popular. It blew up at 30.7 million views. So, I mean, it's insanely viral. It was insanely viral in 2023. So, I do want to give him his flowers on this one. But just me personally, I don't know who this is. Like, I don't think he did anything to like capitalize on it. And I hope that doesn't bite him in the butt. Because even though there are some people that were like, yeah, man, you were the originator of this. First, again, this term has kind of evolved. I don't think that he was originator. I just think that like this was just something that blew up. because it's not really saying it's a ball and gun gamer. It just said niggas in a video game. Niggas win a video game ain't got guns or balls in it, which again is fine, and this did blow up insanely. But I didn't really see people describing a ball and gun gamer until really 2025. So it took a couple of years, and like I said, I've heard of people saying this beforehand, but you know, for now he's in Know Your Meme, and that's what Gene referenced. So you know, I'm going to give him his flowers for that, because his tweet was insanely popular, but like he ain't get a verification. I wonder how much money he could have made off of this, or did he make any money, period? But I'm pretty sure he didn't if he didn't verify himself. So I don't know, and I don't know if this is a content creator. I'm just not familiar with this person. So like I said, I'm not going to crap on him, and I'm also not going to say because we totally didn't. No, 100%. Everybody said, because a lot of people tried to attribute TBH and Mighty Keith for being like the creators of it, and none of them are. And TBH said specifically, like, I didn't create the term ball and gun gamer, I just helped popularize it. And him and Mighty Keith are the two people that I would say in the year 2025 helped popularize it, you know, to the point where you got freaking Okami, you know, who posted a meme about balls and guns. So I definitely 100% attribute those two people with really blowing it up last year. What up, Omar? What up, Omar? Sorry, sweet from the man. Yeah. So to continue here, it said the origin on Know Your Meme. Said Lando Cut posted a gif of Patrick Star sleeping on the couch after Squidward started playing the clarinet under the caption, "Niggas win a video game ain't got guns or balls in it." And then that's way more. Says the earliest post to disparagingly refer to gamers who are uninterested in or get bored by games without guns and balls in them. Then he said the spread. It's November 20th, 2025. YouTuber Mighty Keith posted a Communist Kid in which he criticizes and describes gun and ball gamers in regards to the Game Awards nominees. So like I said, that's a reference to Mighty Keith there. Then he said in December, X users began using the term more frequently to disparage guns and balls gamers. As YouTuber Mighty Keith also began using it more frequently. For example, on December 3rd, Mighty Keith quote posted a video on X Twitch streamer Tim the Tap Man, which we talked about as well, claiming that only came in the first half of 2025 with Marvel Rivals, which is just absolutely silly, bro. He said, "I love Tim the Tap Man, but he definitely a gun and ball ass nigga." He said December 6th. X user Cat Girl Prostate, which I don't remember seeing this tweet either. He said quoted a post by a user complaining about the file size of video games, showing a queue of their PlayStation 5 because it's in the 2 sports games. Actually, we talked about this. I don't remember this actual person, but we talked about this specific tweet. Yeah, when he had Call of Duty, like literally just had Madden, Call of Duty, WWE 2K5, and said 2K26. It was like, man, what the hell? Yeah, so this person said ball and gun gamers are routinely proven to be victims of their own narrow taste in the medium of gaming. So like I said, there are people who will literally just clown you, but like, hey, this is all you play. Like, you're a basic gamer. Like, shut up. Like, you don't even do anything. Why do you deserve to be in this space? But I don't clown people who do that. I just typically go after the people who start to go outside of what their knowledge base is when it comes to video games, and they start just talking crazy, and those are the tweets that usually blow up too. So I'm like, nah, we gonna stop that. Like, nah, you a ball and gun ass gamer. Another example, so on December 10th, user the Ishakal Ren made a post of a clip showing the video game journalist and TV presenter Jeff Keighley announcing Okami 2 at the Game Awards of 2024, writing, "I still loathe Jeff Keighley for this stuff last year," which we also talked about. Like, so the majority of these posts we actually talked about already. Implying that he hyped the game mode too much. And then on December 11th, the Okami official account responded with the image of Okami next to a gun and basketball, writing, "Is this more to your liking?" Which is absolutely hilarious, bro. What up, DCG? Which is absolutely hilarious. It says shortly after user Goonaname replied with "Homelander, not very woke, you mean?" Calling him out for assuming it relates to black. But yeah, and again, this tweet blew up too. And it was like, "Oh yeah, you wrapped the gun and ball shit up. This shit is entirely racist," which, nah. Like, we talked about that. No, I'm not going to let y'all make this a racist thing. It ain't, bro. Like, just stop. So yeah, I remember when this tweet went viral too, and I'm like, yeah, stop that. Just cut it, bro. They're talking about y'all on the post. Yeah, we talking about it. What up? Yeah, we talking about the Washington Post, and then various examples obviously show like what they saying the origin tweet. Say, you got inequality, we got balls and guns. The Okami tweet. This one about BNG Gamers, and then we have TBH. Shout out to TBH. So he's also in the Know Your Meme page. So that's that. Like I said, I have not seen the Know Your Meme on Ball and Gun Gamer or Gun and Ball Gamer, but they said that the origin, as far as what they know of, is this 2023 tweet from Lando Cuz. Like I said, I'm gonna give you flowers on that one, but you know how this is. Again, ain't nobody trying to take it from you. But I'm of the belief that you did not create this, and you for sure did not capitalize on it. So you know, to the winner goes the spoils. You didn't get interviewed, but we did, because you know we helped popularize, especially in the year 2025. So, but shout out to you though, because that's an insanely viral post. So anyways, going back to this, so to continue, TBH's quote here, he said the issue becomes when every year around the Game Awards they start to moan about what's the game of the year, what game should be nominated. They want you to be involved in the conversation of what's going on in the greater industry, and there's nothing wrong with that, but they didn't study for the test. And so Gene continues. He mentioned Shroud complaining about arc raiders. He talked about then the Tatman, which was in the Know Your Meme thing. And then, you know, talking about Claire, talking about Expedition 33 and Monster Hunter World. Like I said, it's way too many games 2025, man. Like what were they thinking, bro? What were they thinking? Then Watch, she said it's about being loud and wrong. It's playing those games, but also saying things like there's no games to play, which we talked about that forever, for at least the last few years, because we've been seeing various people with a lot of influence kick up and we're like, there's nothing to play. And we like, hey, what? Like, what are y'all talking about? And this is one of the main phrases that a lot of ball and gun gamers say. That's how I can tell that you're a ball and gun gamer for anybody who truly said that they're a gamer. If you're saying that there are no guns to play, that's an instant red flag. And I know that you're a ball and gun ass gamer. And we've been right like 100% of the time. I don't think you never but somebody said that either doesn't play games at all, like you used to play game, but you don't play game no more, or the main game that you play a ball and gun game. So like I said, you generally, anybody who said that, you already know what time it is. So let that be the biggest red flag. Let that be the biggest red flag. Then they also say there's nothing good out anymore. I've heard that too. So, same variant. There's nothing good. There's no games to play, and there ain't nothing good out. And when's the next good game coming out? So all of those, they only play a really small section of games. Then he said, and then Ethos said, enjoying ball and gun games doesn't mean you have bad taste either. However, narrow. He said Battlefield 6, the final game, is talking about Vincent Pella. And then you say Expedition 33 can be loosely defined as a gun game, like we said before. So yeah, I mean, it's technically can, man. And then Ethos continues, said their gun games with great appeal. Their high production presentation do get the eye of a lot of people who only play 1 or 2 games per year. Yeah, they do. And then we talk about Grand Theft Auto 6, which we still don't know if it's gonna come out this year, but it's good. That's gonna be the coup de grace though for the ball and gun gamers. We already know Grand Theft Auto 6 is gonna be the coup de grace for the ball and gun gamers whenever that comes out. But obviously Call of Duty, so you talk about Red Dead Redemption 2, and it didn't win the game of the year 2018. So they said some people still mad about that. I don't know why. I don't know why people were mad about Red Dead Redemption 2 not winning the game of the year 2018, man. Matter of fact, let me look at that real quick, cause I be like, I need to refresh my memory and say Game Awards 2018. What was on that list? I say God of War. Yeah, I mean, so see, you ain't being God of War. It's funny though, because that's another one of those games that typically the ball and gun gamers will go out of their way to play. We already talked about those Sony games. Usually those Sony exclusives, man. Y'all go towards it. Y'all play nothing else. Y'all play nothing else the rest of the year, but get that one Sony title that y'all know of. It's Spider-Man, God of War, Last of Us. You know what they are. So they gonna hype those up. And God of War won game of the year that year. So there you go. And then Ethos continues, if it doesn't win, it'll be the biggest drama on the timeline for at least 48 hours, which it will. If Grand Theft Auto 6, whenever it comes out, whenever that damn game comes out, if it doesn't win game of the year, man, and don't log on. Don't log on any social media, bro. It's gonna be millions of YouTube videos, gonna be millions of TikToks. Everybody gonna be talking about that, bro. It's gonna be the biggest travesty in like the history of the Game Awards, period. I can guarantee you it's gonna be the biggest travesty. Like you thought Expedition 33 was bad. You thought that The Last of Us 2 not winning was bad. If Grand Theft Auto 6 don't win Game of the Year, man, stick a fork in it, bro. And they gonna be trying to DDoS everybody on that committee, bro. They ain't gonna try to DDoS everybody on that committee. So then Gene continues to say, talk about Circana survey, which we talked about too last year. 63% of American gamers only buy up to 2 games a year. Only 2 games a year. So that's how it was for me, man. When I was little, when I couldn't afford anything, only 2 games a year for me. You gotta wait till Christmas or your birthday. Gotta wait till Christmas or your birthday. So that still seems to be in effect, man. A lot of people only play 1 or 2 games per year. I couldn't imagine only playing 1 to 2 games a year, especially last year. It's a lot of good games out. So even me, like for my Steam, only playing 13 games, like that still seemed like light for me. But it is what it is. I mean, I play a couple more games like on the PS5 and on Xbox, but again, 13 games, man, that's low. That's low for me. And people are still only playing 2. People are only playing 2. So that's insane, man. And then here comes me. I said everybody was locked inside and we saw it. I said everybody was trying to become a streamer. People were buying gaming PCs and PlayStation 5 consoles were flying off the shelves. It ushered in a lot of first-time gamers. And look, it said you guys are welcome into the culture, but it's just that you're very loud and not fully participating in the culture. You're not fully participating in it. Like I said, you could come into the space. There's nothing wrong with that, but I think that you should at least do a little bit of research. It only takes 5 seconds to Google something. So if it's a video game that everybody's talking about, you have no clue what it is, just look it up. But a lot of people don't do that. They just see a lot of people talking about something and they want to be a part of the conversation, but you ain't a part of anything. You're not really a part of anything. Not saying that you can't, but that's why I get back to we need to start gatekeeping more stuff, because we're having these outsiders come in, these tourists come in thinking that they own the block, but you ain't even spent the penny. You don't even live here. You got people that have been living in these brownstones for 10 plus years. So skedaddle. Right? Skedaddle. And then I also included, I said it honestly reminds me of what's happening in hip hop. Like the 2025, man. 2025, I said it was a lot of older rappers that literally had a renaissance last year. And the casuals, the people that were still stuck on the Drake and Kendrick beef, they didn't listen to any of it. Because they were still stuck on Drake and waiting for Iceman. So yeah, it's similar to what the pandemic did for gaming, man. And then Corey TBH could tell you said balling gun gamer just a new term for a bro gamer. Like I said before, like it's just a new term. Like that's what we typically do in our culture, especially in Black culture. Like there are a lot of things that we used to call it this, then years later, Gen Zers, or we just switch it up, get bored, and then a new term arises. But it means more or less the same thing. Like I said, after you let it work down, you have a cozy shelter. Since are you doing cozy with? What up, T Will? What up? Am I checking out Olive Tree for that? So, nah, I mean I can, but I wasn't. That wasn't on the agenda though. And so TBH continue. You said I'm gonna be on. He said, I'm going to be honest, the top bro gamers are usually white men, which is true. We already know Shroud is the leader of the ball and gun gamers. He said, it's not a racist term. If you ever seen the community day for NBA 2K26, they do it, or with 2K, period. They do it every year when they fly out the creators, and it's mostly white boys. So, again, just because you play 2K, man, don't mean that if you call a ball and gun gamer that it's about black people, because it for sure ain't. Everybody play these games, bro. Everybody play Madden. Everybody play Call of Duty. If you know, you know. Back in Modern Warfare 2, Xbox 360, I got called so many N-words, bro. They could just smell it. Apparently, they can smell it through the headset. They know when you black. they know when you black, boy. So don't tell me that black people are the only one playing these games. Don't tell me. So, and so watch that. If you see a ball and gun and immediately think black man, I think you've done the woke circle too much. You need to you need to go back around. I like that one. I like that one. So that's it, man. That's it. It's short and sweet. Like I said, it ain't fully in detail, but I do love how he brought up the facts. He went back to the past and you know talked about like the games that started it all. And then like we got some good quotes in there, man. We got some good quotes. So yeah, man, very, very proud of this. I'm gonna put this in the lover. How you say lover? I need to frame this or something, man. I need to frame it, but this is great, man. So again, you know, y'all were hugely, you know, widely the reason why we were able to do this. So I want y'all to understand that. I truly want y'all to understand that. You know, due to your, you know, consistent support. You know, we made jokes. It was a joke at first, but it truly blew up. Like this whole ball and gun gamer stuff truly blew up, and we have nobody else to thank but y'all. So we got more on the way, man. We got more on the way.
Let's fucking go!
So again, huge shout out to y'all, man. Huge shout out. Like I said, hopefully all these other plans that we have in store come to fruition. That's what I am hoping for. So it is what it is.